What is up, world? Welcome back, Charge the Game podcast, and we have breaking news as Milwaukee's Bobby Portis has been banned from the NBA 25 games, guys. This is crazy, guys, all over a failed drug test. Let's get into this. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thumbs up, like the video. Let's go. Bobby Portis suspended 25 games by NBA for taking banned substance. Now, guys, this is a huge blow to the Milwaukee Bucks, as Bobby Portis is one of the main key pieces, the core pieces to this team, and his impact is always felt. And for 25 games, the Milwaukee Bucks are going to have to do whatever they can, best they can. It's going to have to be a monumental effort for them just to stay afloat. And the reason that I say that is because Giannis Antetokounmpo is already out on injury. And we already know that he is the superstar of this team. And Bobby Portis does such a phenomenal job of keeping his team level-minded as Giannis recovers. This is going to be huge, guys. But let's get into the report to figure out exactly what Bobby Portis was suspended for. Now, guys, if you look at this article, it says Milwaukee Bucks forward Bobby Portis Jr. has been suspended without pay. Oh, my goodness, guys. Without pay for 25 games for violating the terms of the NBA NBPA anti-drug program by testing positive for tramadol. The league announced Thursday, which is today, Portis' suspension will begin with Thursday's game between Bucks and Clippers. His agent followed up by saying that his client made an honest mistake and accidentally mixed up pain medications. Now, guys, I have to give you guys my honest assessment here. I kind of believe this because this will be something different if it was something for sports performance or enhancements. I do feel like Bobby Portis, having a resume he has, we know that he won the championship with Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's been a huge impact on his team. He seems to be a stand-up professional basketball player, a stand-up guy. I feel like 25 games is quite steep, but you know, they put heavy emphasis on this NBPA, anti-drug program. And if any athlete violates this in any manner, they have to send a message to the rest of the league. My immediate thought was, okay, well, what about all the speculations about, the face of the league, LeBron James, who everyone knows and says, even professional basketball players like Kevin Garnett have exposed LeBron James for constantly using Balco and other PEDs that help the longevity of his career. And we've never heard LeBron James being tested. We have literally documentation of an operation in Miami that went down, and LeBron James has never been banned one game. And then you look at the situation with Ja Morant, how he had to show a pistol, on the internet 2 or 3 times before he even received a 25-game suspension. So I do feel like that the league should kind of look into this and see if there's any way, that Bobby Portis can appeal this, because I do feel like 25 games is steep, especially if you have a family to feed, and this is all going to be without pay. Now, let's actually get into what tramadol is, because I myself, of course, I know nothing about this. It says here that tramadol is an opioid agonist that may be used to treat moderate to moderately severe chronic pain in adults. Now, we do know that there has been a huge opioid epidemic that has, just ran ravish all across this country. It has indeed killed a lot of people because of its side effects. And this is something that, is very, very detrimental and should be taken serious. So maybe this is why the emphasis is to, not have this involved in the league of such. Let's be honest, guys. There are not just people like Bobby Portis. People are taking these type of things throughout the league. I would like to say at least 70 to 80% of people in this league are either on PEDs or taking things that help them recover and get over pain, as fast as possible. And another reason I would say cut these guys some slack, or cut Bobby Portis some slack in this situation, is because of the physical beating that these NBA players take, running into one another, being as tall as they are, hard on the joints, a hardwood floor. I know it's not as physical as it used to be, guys, but anything done over a long extended period of time, guys, is going to have its wear and tear on your body. Again, guys, like I said, if this was someone, who looks like a freak of nature, who is doing all these crazy things, dunking and, doing what we see a lot of these, freak of natures do in the NBA, it'll be different, in my opinion. If he got popped for PEDs, performance enhancement drugs, that to me is far more serious, than taking a pain reliever. Now, could he have taken an Advil or a Tylenol or something else in that nature to perhaps compensate? I don't know, guys. Maybe he is taking tramadol on its own, or is this something that is it pill itself? Is it something that's mixed with something else? Because if you look at what his agent just said, made an honest mistake and accidentally mixed up pain medications. Now, of course, this is the right thing to get out and say, especially when it's going to hit the news cycle, and be all over sport news outlets like it is. It goes on to say Bobby unintentionally took a pain medication called tramadol, thinking he was taking a pain medication called Toradol. Toradol is an approved pain medication that he has used previously and that teams and players use for pain and inflammation at times. If this isn't one of the best agents across sports, then I don't know who is, guys. I mean, this is what you would want out of someone representing you. Goes on to say Portis is a great person, teammate, and professional, and having a positive reputation in the league, which is, again, guys, why I think that the league should rescind this and allow Bobby Portis to appeal this, guys, and at least take the suspension, from 25 to probably half that time. I mean, this is going to be huge. And to be honest, Giannis not being in the playoffs, or even if they fall out of playoff standing, I don't know where they are currently, but, people are going to always remember, like, that 25 game suspension derailed the season. So, hey, Giannis is great to have in the playoffs for ratings. So I will caution the NBA to take another look at this. It goes on to say Bobby Portis is absolutely not a drug abuser. Bobby works tirelessly on increasing his performance in an all-natural, legal health ways, but he made a mistake and took a pill that unknowingly he should not have. Now, this is where I'm going to call BS, because if you take one pill, it's not going to be in your system this long. In order for something to stay in your system, you have to be constantly making it routine to continuously take it. So this is what I'm going to just push back on. But hey, you got to say what you got to say. Today, in this instance, I am deeply disappointed that the NBA chooses to interpret its policy so strictly, and that the policy does not allow for a different result for an honest mistake with pure intentions. Portis, 30 years old, will accept his penalty with grace. I got to agree with the last part of that statement, guys, because the NBA can't just keep picking and choosing when they want to do things of such. They need to be fair across the boards, because trust and believe me, guys, if the NBA was to have drug tests routinely, then best believe we will see a lot of NBA players in the news for PEDs, drugs, and etc. You guys let me know what y'all think about this. Do you guys feel like the season may be over with this 25 suspension that Bobby Portis is going to face, or do you think that the next man up will step in and be able to keep this team afloat until Giannis and Bobby Portis returns? Let me know your thoughts, your comments, your concerns. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.